All right, let's see how exit slips 3 went. So this is looking at surface area, again, of solids that have two bases. This time, though, the bases are circles, so they're cylinders. Same sort of general formula, the 2b plus pH, except this time, so the 2b plus pH, except this time we apply the circle formulas. So the area of a circle is pi r squared, and the perimeter of a circle is 2 pi r, and then we tack on the h. So same, like I said, same general formula, just a different variation. So if we look at number 1, we want the total surface area, so the 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi rh. The two variables we need to plug in are the radius of the cylinder and the height of the cylinder. So the radius is going to be half of the diameter. So if the diameter is 20, that means the radius is 10. So wherever I see r in my formula, I'm going to put in a 10. And just like the other prisms from yesterday, the height of the prism is going to be the distance between the two circles. So in this case, our height of our cylinder is 7. So plug that in and then compute. So we have here 200 pi plus 140 pi. And then we combine for a total surface area of 340 pi. And then, of course, we put square inches. Then we can go back and find the lateral area as the part of the formula without the bases, which is 140 pi square inches. So we don't have to do a separate formula or double the work or anything. It's within the surface area formula. Okay, let's try number 2. A cylinder with a base area of 64 pi square meters and a height of 3 meters less than the radius. So this one gets a little bit more interesting because it's giving us different information. So first, let's start with this base area of 64. So capital B. And in a circle, the base, or in a cylinder, the base is a circle, so this is pi r squared, is equal to 64 pi. So we can cancel the pi out of both sides, divide both sides by pi, and we're left with r squared is 64. We can take the square root of both sides. R is plus or minus 8. Now, r, remember, is the radius of a circle, so our radius can't be negative, so it's just going to be the radius is 8. So as far as our total surface area goes, do that over here. Our surface area is 2b plus pH, right? That's the general formula. For cylinders, the b and the p are 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r and then times the height. We now know that the radius is 8, so we can plug that in, 2 pi 8 squared plus 2 pi 8. All we need now is the height. Now in the problem it says the height is 3 meters less than the radius. So if the radius is 8, the height is 3 meters less than that. So if we subtract 3, we get 5. So the height of the cylinder is 5. So we can plug that in and get, now we can compute our final surface area. So notice that the area of the base is 64 pi, which they told us originally up here. So that's good. So times that by 2, we get 128 pi plus 80 pi. It's going to equal 208 pi for our total surface area. So 208 pi, and this is going to be square meters. And just like normal, we can go back in and find our lateral area is 80 pi. All right, 2 down, 1 to go. A cylinder with a base circumference of 16 pi yards and a height equal to 3 times the radius. So similar to number 2 in that we kind of have to do a little side problem. The base circumference, which is 2 pi r, is equal to 16 yards. So, or I'm sorry, to 16 pi. So we can again divide both sides by pi, and we're left with 2r equals 16. So r, the radius, is 8. So if the radius is 8, when we do the surface area formula, 2 pi r squared plus 2 pi r h. We can plug in 8 for the radius in both spots. And then the only value we need is the height, and they tell us the height is 3 times whatever the radius is. So it's going to be 3 times whatever the radius is. In this case, the radius is 8. So the height is 24. So that's what we're going to put in over here, and then we can compute. So 64 times 2, again, we're going to get another 128 here. And then we have 2 times 8 times 24 is 384 pi. We can add these together and get a total surface area of 512 pi. That's our answer here for the total surface area, square yards. To go back in, we can find our lateral area here where we do not include the bases. The lateral area is the space around, and that's 384 pi square yards. All right, that's it. Hope this made sense. Let us know if you have any questions.